Save one for the trouble, two for the time. Come on, girls, let's rock that. Hit it! To the hip, hip hop, you don't stop the rockin' to the bang, bang, boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello. Up to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, the purple, and yellow. But first, I gotta bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the bang, bang, boogie. Let's rock. You don't stop, rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock. Well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. And next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song.
Check it out, I'm the...
That's it. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Bye bye. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Hey, hey. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Bye bye. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. You see me coming in the dance with the flipper sensei. Down with the sound called BDP. If you want to join the crew, well, you must see me. You can't sound like Shan or the one Marley. Because Shan and Marley Marlin, my rhyming like the gay. Picking up the mic, man, them don't know what to say. Saying hip hop started out in Queensbridge. Saying lines like that, man, you know them can't live. So tell them again, me come to tell them again. Go on. Tell them again, me come to tell them again. Tell them again, me come to tell them again. Go on. Tell them again, me come to tell them. Manhattan keeps on making it, Brooklyn keeps on taking it, Bronx keeps creating it, and Queens keeps on faking it.
Raisha and his partner, the Grand Wizard, MC, Ricky, D, and that's me in the place to be. We're gonna show you how we do it for 85 Kick It Live, alright? Because I got a funny feeling you're all sick of all these crap rappers biting their rhymes because they're backstabbers. But when it comes to me and my friend Doug Fresh, yeah, there is no competition cause we are the best, yeah. Finesse and press, which we prove. And y'all will realize that we are the move. So listen close so you all don't miss. As we go a little something like this. Hit it! Oh yeah. You know what? La-di-da-di. La-di-da-di. La-di. La-di. You know what? Yo, peep this. La-di-da-di. We like to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody. We're just some men that's on the mic. And when we rock up on the mic, we rock the mic. Right? For all of y'all, keeping y'all in health. Just to see you smile and enjoy yourself. Cause it's cool when you cause a cozy condition and that we create. Cause that's our mission. So listen to what we say. Because this type of shit, it happens every day. I woke up around 10 o'clock in the morning. I gave myself a stretcher. I'm on and yawning. Went to the bathroom to wash up. Had some soap on my face. Set my hand upon a cup. I said, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the top choice of them all? There was a rumble double. 5 minutes it lasted. The mirror said,
"You are, you conceited bastard."
The DJ and friends, thank
well, that's
you,
LL Cool J is hard as
for
hell. Battle
having
anybody, I don't care. You
part of the
down.
3-day celebration to hip hop. Thank you. Come on, DJ Kid Live. Bring them on in. Thank you for the raid. Okay.
I've been waiting and debating for oh so long. Still starving like Marvin for a Cool J song. If you cried, I thought I died, you definitely was wrong. It took a thought plus a thought to create a law. Took enough, eat up now with the Cool J force. Specializing in the rhyming for the record of course. I'm a tower full of power when rain and hail. Could create a test with his fingernail. Rock the bell.
Is that better?
don't come out right, they bite.
They never right.
That's not polite.
Am I lying? No, you're quite right.
Well, tonight, on this very mic, you're about to hear.
We swear, the best star rappers of the year.
So, cheerio,
yell,
scream,
bravo. Also, if you didn't know, this is called the show.
Hey, that Netherlands, DJ Creamer, come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
Hey, yo.
One reason. Hey.
There's a backseat lover that's always undercover, and I talk to my daddy, say, send your AC till you're down on him, and it's sure to be a changing ways. Now there's a cheerleader that's a real big leader, of times like a reminisce. And the best thing, love it, mother, sister, and your cousin, and it started with a little kiss like this. Seesaw swinging with the boys in tune, and the feet flying up in the air. Singing, hey, diddle, diddle, with the titty in the middle, and they swinging like it just don't care. So to the bitch head at the high school dance with a lady who was ready to play. It wasn't me, she was fooling, 'cause she knew what she was doing when she told me how to walk this way. She told me to walk this way, walk this way, talk this way. She told me to walk this way, talk this way, walk this way, talk this way. Well, just give me a
Stop what
kiss.
you're doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I look funny, but yo, I'm making money, see? So yo, world, I hope you're ready for me. Now gather round. I'm the new fool in town, and my sound's laid down by the underground. I drink a bottle of Hennessy you got on your shelf, so just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty, pronounced with the umpty. Yo, ladies, oh, how I like to funk thee. And all the rappers in the top 10, please allow me to bump thee. I'm stepping tall, y'all, and just like Humpty Dumpty, you're gonna fall when the stereos pump me. I like to rhyme, I like my beats funky, I'm spunky, I like my oatmeal lumpy, I'm sick with this, straight gangster Mac. But sometimes I get ridiculous. I'll eat up all your crackers and your licorice. Oh, yo, fat girl, come here, are you ticklish? Yeah, I called you fat. Look at me, I'm skinny. It never stopped me from getting busy. I'm a freak. I like the girls with the boom. I once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. I'm crazy. Allow me to amaze thee. They say I'm ugly, but it just don't faze me. I'm still getting in the girls' pants, and I even got my own dance. Come on. Come on, do the Humpty Hump. Check me out, y'all. Do the Humpty Hump. Just watch me do the Humpty Hump. Yeah. Do you know what I'm doing? Doing my Humpty Hump. I do the Humpty Hump. Do the Humpty Hump. People say I won't ever slack up. Honky better back up. Try and play the role and you're the whole crew will act up. Get up, stand up, come on, throw your hands up if you got the feeling. Jump up, touch the ceiling. Monsters of one flow. Someone's talking junk, yo, I'll bust them in the eye. And then I'll take the punks out, feeling funky. Amps in a junk and I got more rhymes than this cops at a junkie donut shop. Sure enough, I got props from the kids on the hill with my mom and my pops. I came to get down, I came to get down. So get out your seat and jump around, jump around, jump around, jump around, jump up and get down.
So fly, a young, lovable, huggable type of guy. And everything is to the back with a little slack. Cause inside out is wicked and wicked and wicked and whack. I come stopping with something pumping to keep you jumping. R&B, rapping bull crap is what I'm dumping. Ain't nothing soft about Chris 6-step back. They try to step to the Mac, then they got jacked. To the back, you be sporting the gears that coincidental. Act like you know it, don't be claiming that it's mental. Two little kids with a flow you ain't never heard. Ain't nothing.
Who's the black sheep? What's the black sheep? Know not who I am or when I'm coming, so you sleep. Wasn't in my realm or wasn't in your sphere. Knew not who I was, but listen here. Press D-O-E-S, yes, I guess I can start. If it's alright with you, I'll rip this head joint apart. Back middle to the front, don't front. Want a good time, wanna give you what you want. Can I hear a hey? Now get it up. You got a hat, it's for the house. The styling is creative, black sheep of the native. Can be violated or even decepticated. I got brothers in the jungle, cousins on a quest. Debit-torted uncles and before may they rest. Guess, which way, what, when, how? Mr. Long Dress, black sheep slam now. Know you heard the others, only still the lovers. Then of course, the choice is yours.
You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you get with this, cause this is country.
Where's the black sheep? Here's the black sheep. Even if we wanted to, the flock cannot be weak. Watch me swing like this. Why should I swing it like that? Because the fact, only it might not attract.
Making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosion. Overpowering over the competition. I'm towering, wrecking shop. When I drop these lyrics that I make, call the cops. Don't you dare stare. You better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest that are all get sliced and diced. Competition's paying the price. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out.
Okay. All right. We'll be going forever and ever. Hey, everyone. Thank you for coming. Welcome to the Hip Hop Raid Train, sponsored by none other but Ladell the DJ and friends. Or friends. Or friends. How is everyone doing? Let's start there. Thank you to one reason for the dope sounds, dope hip hop sounds. We appreciate you. Thank you. That was dope. I had fun dancing. Yep, I sure did. I was chair dancing, but I was getting it though. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Ladell, for extending the invitation to Team Dopeness to be a part of this. For some reason, we're always the only streamer on his raid train, which is an honor. So I am very glad to be here. I wanted to go ahead and start by doing this in the beginning because we want to honor one of our own that we lost on Monday morning. Lady Nick, aka Nicole Charles. She was part of Team Dopeness behind the scene. A lot of the graphics, a lot of the flyers, overlays that you have seen have been her idea. She is the wonderful wife to the Silent Professor, better known as Agent 94 Productions, who is part of Team Dopeness. He's our executive director of graphics. And the trilogy of me and Lex Diamonds. He's the other third of us. So it's hard. She was like my sister, my friend. And I know a lot of you met Lady Nick in the chats. So right now, I want to take a moment of silence to remember my sister, my friend, and a part of Team Dopeness and Team Silent, Lady Nick. Thank you. Lady Nick, we love you and I miss you terribly already, but we're going to keep it going. You always say, you know, keep it moving, don't stop, don't quit, and bring the joy. So that's what we're going to do. Hello, friend. Thank you all for all the hearts and all the prayers. SP is getting those messages. Um, he knows we are sharing with him. Thank you for respecting the privacy at this moment to give him time to process and deal with whatever he needs to deal with in this moment. Um, so I want to thank you. So we're going to get, and thank you, Liddell, for allowing us to do this on your raid train. Thank you so much. So without further ado, I am going to bring our panel up. Our panel up. Our panel up. Okay, sound like I have skills in background. 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 Okay, sound like I have skills. Yeah, edge. Okay, we good? All right. Okay.
Hey guys.
Okay.
Hey guys. I think someone has a double browser on.
Yeah, it sounds like Edge because when I mute Edge, I can't hear anything else. Chris said I'm not high, but I feel high. Okay, so we'll bring Edge in a minute. Thank you, One Reason and Nerd Chris and Edge for joining us. I don't know what Cello is. I'm calling him out now. But thank you so much for being here and being a part.
Anyone can hear me?
Yes.
Yep, we hear you.
Yes. Can y'all hear me?
Perfect. Yes.
All right, good.
We can hear you.
Hey, One Reason. What's going on?
Hey, Nerd Chris, how are you?
Beauty for you. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
I'm a newbie to this, so
and
sorry for the technical.
Listen, we all had to.
Yeah,
it's a learning curve. So
it's a learning curve. Trust me, I had to like refresh, shut down my laptop about 6 times. So it wasn't just you all that was having issues. I was having issues as well and had to pray about it.
Yeah, I was having issues where my computer started updating last minute. So I was just waiting for it to finish up updating.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Liddell, you noticed that. See, there's a method to our madness here. I got on my bamboo earrings. I don't
at
have
least 2
hair,
pairs.
but I got on my bamboo earrings and I got on my color block. So yeah, it's a method to our madness, Liddell. So what I want to do is go ahead and introduce you. You know, have you make a short introduction of yourself, and I'm gonna show a video, and then we're gonna get into it. So, One Reason. Where are you from? You know, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. So One Reason on in these Twitch streets, Reason from the Bronx, came up in the heart of hip hop in the 80s and 90s, and you know what I mean, I was engulfed in it, like the whole culture. So not just rap music, but the entire everything, all the elements. I love every single one of them. And yeah, man, I'm on Twitch in the morning, 7 o'clock. So if y'all want to check me out then, y'all can do that. Come through. It ain't gonna be.
Please follow One Reason, please. He will definitely give you the blessings you need in the morning. I mean, he's just all around. So you'll get a dose of everything from One Reason. And thank you for the dope mix. That was that brought back memories.
Thank you, man. Listen, you don't know how I was. I was nervous over here. Like, wait a minute.
You got
yeah,
that.
it's me to start. I was like, okay.
You did that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Thank you.
Okay.
And Nerd Chris.
Hey guys. I'm looking at the chat. Liddell's being Liddell.
Yes, Liddell is being Liddell.
Liddell's being Liddell. I'm Nerd Chris. I live in Queens, New York. I love hip hop now. I'm a hip hop DJ, right? But I did not really I didn't okay, I was very sheltered as a child, right? So I wasn't out in the streets, right? I wasn't my mother kept me home. I read a lot of books. That's why it's nerd, right? So, but for me, it was like hip hop was like listening to especially like lyrical rap was like an escape for me. And I always felt like it was like the coolest art form ever, you know? And like people were expressing themselves and it was just something so interesting to me. I'm like, wow, they're using their minds. Like this is an art form, but this is also poetry. This is also, it was so I was able to connect to it, right? And I immersed myself in it. I would have my little mixtapes in my pillow, like so my mom wouldn't know what I was listening to, what I was doing. But my friends at school would slip me tapes and they'd be like, oh, yo, Wu-Tang, they got the new Wu-Tang. I'm like, yeah, I want that. Give me that. So, that's kind of how I grew up with mostly like, rap, hip hop music, but I have a respect for the whole culture. I think it's so expressive and it's a beautiful thing. And not only shows, maybe some of the negative parts of what people are experiencing, right, within their neighborhoods and things like that. But at the same time, it was a way for them to express other things like love or dance or whatever was on their mind, So that's what I love about it.
Thank you. Follow Nerd Chris too. She's a dope DJ too. Dope DJ as well. Hey, Curious John, come on in, Queen. John, I see you. Come on in. Welcome. Anyone else that we missed, the mods will greet you. But we see you. Edge.
Well, everyone can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Well, I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. So it seems like it's a whole New York crowd in here. So for me, growing up with hip hop was like it was like because I grew up in a Haitian family, and when I got into hip hop, at the time that it was considered like hoodlum music, whatever it was, but I remember seeing my cousins with like the boom box and everything, and I just fell in love with it. Like when I was like the Houdini and Run DMC, those beats were like entrancing. And for me, like what I love about like hip hop is that like at the time it was like so inclusive. Like you didn't have to be the hard rock. You didn't have to be,
right.
You could be the funny guy like Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, or like what do they call it? Just Ice and Run DMC with the rock sound. So for me, hip hop has been always a love.
Hey, DJ Neek. Rebel sister. Hello, DJ Diz. Come on in. Did we lose Edge? The Edge gets stuck. Okay, we'll just keep moving. Cello has joined us. Can you hear us?
Yo, what up? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Yes. What's going on?
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and your love for hip hop. And then we're going to get into it.
Selling music.
Sorry, I missed that. I saw the.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I missed because I saw it just went out.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Cello.
Yeah, so I'm selling music from Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's Albuquerque, New Mexico, for those that don't know. Basically, so I was born here, moved around a lot, ended up back here. They call it the land of enchantment, but we call it the land of entrapment because something just brings you back here. But I got all my family here, so it's always good. My love for hip hop, man, late, I would say mid 80s, LL, Houdini. That's where it started. LL, Houdini, Fat Boys, Skinny Boys, all the boys.
All the boys.
Yeah,
Lex said, tell Cello. Wait a minute, hold on.
Who?
She said, tell Cello to give us some bars.
Oh, who said that?
Lex.
Lex, you better don't put me on the spot like that.
Hey, Shay said, good morning.
I got to do that when you ain't looking. And then you go,
oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
Well, we're going to look at a video real quick.
Okay.
Just about hip hop.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. Now I slam it when I'm done and make sure it's broke.
Hip-hop created a musical landscape in the 70s and early 80s by giving New York or the Bronx, especially the Bronx, a musical foundation or a new start because we were just coming off the 60s where the entire city was bankrupt. That environment kind of gave birth to hip-hop. Hip-hop is a culture based on 4 foundational elements: DJing, MCing or rap, graffiti, and breakdancing.
People use the terms interchangeably, rap with hip-hop, whereas hip-hop is the bigger culture. Rap is something you do. Hip-hop is something you live.
Coming from the disco era, you know what I mean, we were inner city kids. We couldn't get into disco, so we had to recreate that disco. And that's what basically hip-hop started out as, like the bastard child of disco. I mean, it was our rebellion against that and our recreation of it at the same time.
You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello.
The turntables became our instruments. Like, so a lot of people in the inner cities, they didn't have money for instruments. So you had to find those sounds somewhere. So you dug through your pop's crate of records and you just listening for these different instruments and sounds, and then you pulled from those different sounds and made a total new creation. People forget that the DJ is the backbone of hip hop. That's where it all started. DJ spinning at parties.
Kool Herc is actually documented as the father of hip hop. When he was playing the type of music he was playing and maybe the way he was playing it, it brought out a different type of energy than ever experienced from that demographic at that time.
And he just started putting one drum break behind the next drum break, and you would just go to Herc party just waiting for those breaks.
B-boy and B-girl comes from Kool Herc. B meaning break, okay? Break boy. You dance on the break. That's it.
It all ties into dancing and really going off during the break beat of a song at a party back in the days.
And then there was different parts of the record where you could talk over it and then the beat's still going, but you don't lose the attention of the record or the main part of the record. That evolved to MCs getting on the mic and just saying things to keep the party going, which evolved into actually rhyming and rapping because these different MCs will have little sayings that they said.
Party people, if you're ready to rock, let me hear you scream.
A teenager named Africa Bambaataa started the Zulu Nation at the Bronx River Projects. It was a new type of gang which focused in on music and dance.
Bambaataa was the first guy to say, hey, let's all come together. You can all play on my set. So he was integral in uniting hip-hop. And in '82, when Planet Rock came out, became a universal hit. That just added to his prominence and his outreach to the rest of the world. The connection between hip-hop and graffiti, it's an urban thing. Though it was here before the actual rest of the elements of the culture, the people involved in graffiti were directly involved in hip-hop as well.
Fab Five Freddy was the bridge between hip-hop and graffiti. He brought the South Bronx and the people from Harlem downtown to where the hipsters and where Keith Haring was and Madonna were hanging out. Before he was a DJ at Yo MTV Raps, he was a graffiti artist.
MTV made hip-hop global. It broke it out of being a niche kind of music or something like these black kids or Latin kids are doing in certain urban areas to an actual viable genre of music that reached middle America and mainstream America. Particularly Walk This Way was the record that took hip hop next level on MTV, man. That collaboration with Run DMC and Aerosmith was just perfect. That was really the moment that hip hop became global, and MTV played a big part in it. UK, South Africa, where, you know, English is one of their major languages. You see it in Brazil, you see it in Japan. You know, they're big into the culture, man. And you'll go to a concert in Japan, man, and they're rapping every word in English, and then they don't speak a word of English.
Hip hop connected the world and music together. This is what the Score did. This is what Puffy did. Dr. Dre did some of this stuff too. That record I've done for Shakira. Hello? It's hip hop and hip hop working together. You know what I mean?
I think institutions are trying to preserve hip hop when you see places like art galleries. You see it in fashion. You see it in business. I think that's preserving hip hop, even when people don't realize that's actually preserving it.
Welcome to Hush Tours, the original and the only hip hop sightseeing tour on the planet.
Hush Tours is a hip hop sightseeing tour based on the culture. It's guided by the pioneers of hip hop, and we take people around the city to different places that were relevant to the development of the culture. Nashville celebrates country music. New York City needs to celebrate the birth of hip hop.
We created something from nothing. And hip hop was the first art form that spoke to me. People who looked like me, people I could look up to, the way they put these words together and tell these stories about places that look like where I live. And that's just like what hip hop is all about. It's just evolving and staying ahead of the curve and being something aspirational.
All right. So let me ask you this, and we'll go down the line. How old were you when you discovered hip hop? One reason.
Maybe about 5 or 6. I heard something. I know when I heard The Message, I think I heard The Message, and I was like, "What is this?" But then, what really got me was The Show. It was The Show. The Show did it for me. It was that dun 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 dun. And I said, "What in the world?"
Right.
And the beatboxing, it was something. I was like, I don't have to have a drum kit. I don't even have to have a turntable. I could just use my mouth and make beats. It was something that was crazy. It was dope. So yeah, I think I was about like 5 or 6 when I started hearing hip hop in the streets. But my first record was The Show and Lottie Dottie on the B side.
Okay. Edge, how old were you when you discovered hip hop, and what was your first hip hop song you heard?
Well, I can't really pinpoint the first hip hop song, because I mean I've heard, you know, like the Grandmaster Flash and stuff, but like I think the one that I can't really put a what age I was at the time, but I remember Sucker MCs from Run DMC was just like the ultimate thing to me. I mean, I had a tape. I played that thing to death. Like I couldn't get enough of it. So from Run DMC, Sucker MC is like probably where I got hooked.
Nerd Chris.
For me, well, I was an 80s baby, but I mean, by the time I really was, listening to music, right? Choosing on my own what I'm going to listen to is probably like mid 90s, like early 90s. So I was about like maybe anywhere between 8 and 10, I think, somewhere like that. And I think my first, like, maybe it was like TLC and Left Eye, right? Like, I think that was my first little, like, oh, look at what these ladies are doing look at like I thought Left Eye was the coolest thing ever, you know? Like I said, look at this girl. She's doing what she wants. She's got this swag. Like this is great. So for me, that was like I can relate to what I was seeing, you know? So that was like MTV era, you know? So I would see music videos, stuff like that. Even Michael Jackson had incorporated a lot of hip hop and rap into his music videos and
absolutely
like and that's I grew up on Michael Jackson, a lot of it. So for me, I would see kind of that and hear it and be like, I like that. What is that? And then kind of branch out from there. But like even I mean, it was kind of like, I don't know, just be like whatever I was hearing on the radio. I just totally wanted to hear everything. I didn't really care who it was necessarily, but like I just wanted to hear everything. The dance music, whatever was sounded good to me. That's what I wanted to listen to. So that's kind of how, like I said, Wu-Tang, even Big Pun at the time, right? Like that was like a big sound here in New York. You know? Like, so it was him, Redman. I love Redman. Everybody know. I think everybody knows that I love Redman. But like when Busta,
then I got
when I
Method
saw
Man.
Busta
Method
Rhymes
Man is
video,
fine.
my mind was blown. When I saw Busta Rhymes video, I was just like, oh my God, like this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Like it just totally blows your mind. And you want to be creative when you see stuff like that. So for me, I'm a creative person. So like, I'm just like in it. Missy videos, like I was like, she's dope. She's dope. Like this is the best thing ever. So I enjoyed everything they did to express their music, you know, music videos, their outfits, what they were wearing, what was going on in the video. Everything was just expressive. So that's what I like about it.
So, Cello.
Yeah, I would say I was probably about 12. I would say Run DMC. It's like that. Anything coming out of Def Jam grabbed me. LL Beastie Boys. So I moved around a little bit. So I was in Delaware when breakdances started coming out. Then I moved to Houston. So I was there in Houston when I heard "I Need Love" by LL. So and it's like that. That was Run DMC. That was Houston. So yeah, like I would say Run DMC, LL, the whole Def Jam movement is what got me into hip hop. And then and then later the late '80s, I would say KRS-One, BDP was my all-time favorite. So that's I would say about 12 years old when I first started loving hip hop.
See, y'all taking me back because I'm thinking about Public Enemy,
All of that.
like oh my goodness, that's the Run DMC. All I can hear is my That's all I can hear.
No laces. No laces.
No laces.
Yeah, Public Enemy was dope because it was so like Yo Bum Rush the Show and all that. That was really so raw, you know.
That double spirit, come on in. We on time check. Okay. All right. Hey DJ Tank. They're trying to keep us a Sugar Hill gang. I see y'all in the chat. They are dropping some gems in the chat. Sugar Hill gang and all of that.
See, I was lucky that I grew up with my uncle who was about 11 years older than me. So he grew up kind of like a brother. So I was listening to what he was playing. So like I got in there early. It was early and I loved it, man. And I was like from little trying to break dance and do all of those things, spinning on my back and all the footwork. It was crazy back then.
I used to love to just watch the graffiti and the break dancing and all of that. It was just so dope to watch. Like the first time I saw somebody spin on their head, I'm like, it was amazing because I'm like, how you balance to spin on your head like that? So it was really popping. Y'all remember the pop? Come on now. All of that.
Get the tutting.
TNT Auto Detailing. Hello, fam. Yes. Leroy Brown, why are you? Somebody do something with Leroy. I don't know what era he in right now, but
Cash Money. So he in the.
What's that? The 2000s?
yeah,
Or the
he
99 and
created, yeah,
2000s?
yeah, 99, 2000. Back that thing up is a romantic song in Louisiana.
It is though.
It is a
I've
romantic
heard. I've heard. I heard. It's telling you. It's telling you nicely what they want you to do.
Right. Zero Squad. Come on in. Yeah, put in the chat. What are you 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s babies? What year?
Late 70s, 78 over here. So I
DJ
came through
Jonah,
the
come on
80s.
in.
Early 70s here.
Yeah, I'm a 70s baby. So yeah, what are you? Yeah, what year? Drop it in the chat. So what was the first tape you ever purchased? Like cassette tape, record, hip hop. What was the first one you heard? What was your first hip hop purchase? One reason.
For me, my first purchase was it was the show and Lottie Dottie on the B side. It was that and Salt and Pepper Push It. It was those two. I bought those two records. I couldn't play Lottie Dottie when my mother was home, but I could play the show all day.
Right.
I had to wait till she left. And then I
for that one,
I
right?
cranked that thing out talking about some Lottie Dottie.
Lottie Dottie, what you mean? Oh, the bridge is over. The bridge is over. I see you, Papa. Edge, what was your first cassette or record?
The first vinyl I think I bought was Run DMC first album and single from Herbie Hancock because he's a jazz musician, but he's also considered
Herbie was dope.
So
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, Nerd
Herbie Hancock, Rocket.
Yes, Rocket.
For me, the first tape I got from one of my friends over by my locker in junior high school. I got slipped a tape. It was Wu-Tang Forever, right? That was the first tape that I got.
Forever.
But for me at that time, there was something called Napster and LimeWire.
I remember that.
I was like, I was a music junkie, so I just like sit on my computer. You dial up, you gotta wait 5 minutes, right?
Right.
You're all excited. You're waiting for your AOL to kick in, and I just sit there and download music. A lot of the music I play in my streams now are things that I were listening to on like this old Apple, the first like iPod.
The thick one. That's like 10 pounds.
Like 10 pounds, yeah. So I mean, a lot of the music that I started like even learning how to DJ was from that, because I was like, that was what I was listening to. So it was so great for me to be able to like, DJ and play it. It was like a great connection for me,
Awesome. Man, this is a dope conversation because this is like taking me like so far back to childhood and everything, because my uncle was a DJ, so I like grew up on everything, but hip hop was like the main thing, and having the blend of R&B into hip hop. So like this conversation can go on and on. Cello, what was your first tape or vinyl?
You guys probably didn't have this in your area, but like we the way things connected in New York City was like through Video Music Box, and that was like
Daniels.
Ralph McDaniels. So you got all your music, and then you also got a little touch of some rock here and there, but like it all connected. It made so that's one of the things that I feel like it enhanced or pushed it forward.
Yes. Nikki Walker, welcome. Come on in. DJ Prodigy, Super Dopeness coming in. Bam, bam. I see you. Y'all come on in. This is like such a dope conversation for real. Sella.
Yeah, my first tape had to be. It was either Run DMC. I think it was LL the Radio tape. Yeah,
Tell it was the radio.
I played that. I played that thing out, man. I played that thing out. I think from song 1 to whatever song 12, it was front to back. It was a classic album right there.
Do y'all remember, like when we would have the tapes and we would play it so much to get caught into the tape player, and we take the pencil or whatever, and try to
and you try to pull it out, and it's just all. But you got to be careful that you don't break it.
Break it, yes.
When it
Oh,
broke,
my goodness.
when it broke, I would use my mom's nail polish to seam it back together.
That was good because I had a gap because I was still using the clear Scotch tape.
Yep, you do the tape.
I was
I'll
using
you just cut it as thin as you can and just connect that joint. You're gonna have a gap, but
whatever you had to do it delicately because you had to save that cassette.
man,
It was like doing surgery.
You
Get out of here.
and especially if you had it dubbed it already.
Oh yeah, you didn't miss
Because if you had it dubbed it already, because I remember getting tapes and like my peoples was like, yo, you better dub that real quick. Or you get the tape and they be like, yo, everybody wants you to double a copy. So you say there with the speed record.
Yo, I used to record so much stuff off of the radio. I actually recorded over tapes because, like, you tape over the
you hit record,
you can record, right?
You stick some tissue in the hole in the top, or you put tape over it.
You just like and record over. You have no idea how many VHS tapes, regular cassette tapes I messed up for everyone in my house that they don't even you'd like turn it on and it would just be like MJ videos.
I did the same thing.
They'd be like, what happened? This is supposed to be whatever. Nah. I got
in trouble. I did one of my grandma's gospel tapes.
Oh Lord.
Yep.
Wow.
Right, it's not their tape no more. It's my tape now.
She went to go put it in. I'm like, all you heard was my
No.
Oh man.
The thing with the tapes for me was I used to record every Friday, Saturday, Red Alert and the Mr. Magic show on WBLS.
Talk about it. Come on, man. We call it our radio station, WBLS, because that was before Hot 97. What's up?
97.
When BLS was playing hip hop. That's crazy, yo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they were reluctant, but they I don't know how they got it through, but I guess they because they just did it on a Saturday night, it was all cool. But yeah, for me, the genesis for me was Red Alert. I was just like I had to go buy a 90-minute tape. 90-minute tape wasn't long enough, so I had to get a 120. So,
it was nothing but 120.
We see you,
they were funky rapping.
We see you. Hold on one second. He said, "Thank you, Team Dopeness. I'm putting on some draws and getting started." You are a man.
Who was that? Who?
We'll be up, Ladell the DJ. We'll be over in a few bit in a bit. Give you time to
some draws and Tims. That's what he's gonna be wearing for us.
Give you time to get your draws on and get started. We'll be over there in a few.
I remember in the Bronx when I was in high school, going on Fordham Road in the Bronx and just looking for the cats in the street. They had the blanket out with like their mixtapes. It was Evil D. It was DJ Clue. It was DJ Lazy K. Green Lantern. Like all of them cats. But the thing was, I loved the blend joints. Looking for those hip hop R&B joints or the rap and reggae joints or the reggae R&B. Like if you was blending it with those different genres but making it dope, I lived for that.
Yeah, that was like a Harlem thing. Those actually
125th, they had it in Harlem too.
Yeah, actually, my homeboy, he's on Twitch too, but he doesn't come on too much. But like he's been in the game for like over 40 years, and they had a little group they called a Hard Pack, and then they had a record store on 125th, and they would make like, I would ask him for mixtapes, and I was just asking for records, the hits, and then I'm getting like these. Wait, he's putting an R&B vocal on a hip hop track, and then I was just like, oh.
Yes. We that's why I said we gotta like bring this panel back, because we got so much to talk about, because I want to go into R&B, how it blends into hip hop, even gospel at this point is blending in. So
back in the 90s they had that going on.
Yes, we got much history to continue to talk about. Hey, J Minor BX. So my final question, I'm gonna skip so many because we coming back for this. How has hip hop influenced your life?
It didn't. For me, it influenced my entire life, from the way I speak to the way I dress, I walk, even the way I think and the way I see the world is through like a hip hop lens. Whereas there are so many intelligent individuals in the hood that hip hop gives us a chance to express our intelligence and our creativity to the world, and they want it. So everything, it influenced everything. Hip hop, like, for real. So from the way I draw, even the way my penmanship was influenced by hip hop. So everything.
Well, for me, hip hop, actually, I was learning life lessons without actually having to go through it. So, like, at the time, you could hear somebody a rap song, and that it was like a cautionary tale. Compared to today, there's no cautionary tale about like, this is what I did, this is what could happen. You don't want to go that route. So, and then you had other people who wanted to be more funny and comical. So for me, I was always picking up stuff from those records, because then like even like what they call it, Coogee rap, like Road to the Riches, or Gangstar, what they call it. So it was always gems being dropped, and that's what I.
Maurice, are you still here? Okay. Lex, check your text, sweet.
Yeah, I muted my mic.
Okay. Check your text, Lex.
He's moving.
Edge. There's a question. It was says, asking for the harlots, does Edge have a significant other? This is in the chat. Okay. I just started. That's on you to answer. That's it. Asking for the harlot. Does Edge have a significant other? You have been targeted in this room almost the whole entire time. Yeah, she said harlots.
I mean, I'm surprised it took that long. Look who's in the chat. That long?
No. I had to start it.
Let me scroll back and see who asked that question. So was that in a part?
Make a list, bro. Make a list.
Just make the list. Stella, how has hip hop influenced you? While Ed was trying to figure this out.
Hip hop influenced everything I did. My good decisions, my bad decisions. I mean, like, I ended up leaving because I got so wrapped into hip hop and everything about it. Like, from the dancing aspect, that's how I started into hip hop anyway. So by the time I was 18, I was already in LA, meeting like, I don't know, all kinds of idols that we know. Curtis Blow, Def Jeff, Ice-T, Darlene. All like Everlast. Like, I mean, I just been involved in hip hop my whole life. So it's influenced everything that I'm a part of, all the way down to the clothing. So
yes.
Yeah.
All right. I know it's about time for us to get out of here. So Nerd Chris, give us.
Okay, well, for me, I mean, hip hop has pretty much influenced a lot of my life. I'm an artist, I'm a musician, I'm all these things. I'm a hairdresser, right? Like all these things, like are ways that I express myself, and I feel like you can literally you have some music, you got a track to put on that expresses every mood that you could possibly be in. You know, it doesn't matter what setting you're in. Like it's like I always explain, like even for boom bap, like boom bap for me is like my chill music, you know, like I can put that on and it's the only way I can explain it is the most chill and hype music at the same time. Like, you know, like you vibe to it, you chill out, but yet you feel it. You cannot move, you know, you gotta move to it. So for me, that's like, that has influenced me all my life. Like that's my go-to to, you know, I want to relax. I want to, you know, calm down. I'll put some music on. Like, so for me, that's what I go back to. So it's definitely been a big part of my life, to the point of it made me want to DJ. Right. So that was like, if I wouldn't be where I'm at now, if I didn't do all those things when I was younger, if I didn't immerse myself like I did, if I didn't, you know, try to find something new out there, right? So that part I love. I love the exploring. I love the expression. So,
hey, DJ Point Blank, you know what? Like I said, we're going to continue this conversation because it's so much more that we have to cover. I have like so many questions. So I know we got to get ready to get over to Ladell, but I want to thank you all for coming. One reason, thank you for the intro. Everybody copy the raid message. We're going over to LadeltheDJ, but it is one particular song that we're going to go out on that I love to pieces, and this actually incorporates some of the hip hop in it. So everybody copy the raid message, and we're going to ride on over to One Reason. All right.
Yeah. Procedure of how
mumble it to myself, must think I'm crazy, but I'm humbling myself and I'm giving praise. Fumbling, got myself, they don't know what I'm saying. If you crumble and need help, I know who can raise you. Unspeakable, speakable, the meaning's unreachable. I'll go where you need me to. More synonyms, I'm gon' need a few. I've got a hard time getting satisfied when I testify. I wanna make sure I'm sharp when I make the point of view. When them blessings come through, I'm living and even more clear. When you do it again, they must understand the point of view.
Said I couldn't change that, that's another life. But I struck like Ajax, I stayed on my grind. I was way back, now I'm front of line. Was I supposed to say that? Ain't trying to undermine.